I think we're live again. So, hey, welcome back. It's last call, y'all.
What?
Yay.
Whoa. We're back.
Cool.
Whoa.
This
We're
is getting
doing a
horrible.
podcast.
Like everybody else in the world. We are in a we're like in a 1% club or 2% club for longevity of podcasts. Most podcasts don't make it past 3 episodes, and this was episode 330.
I'm very
We're-
proud of us.
We are 110 times better than the average startup podcast. So
And then I think if you took the number of if you further segregated them out into different groupings of how many listeners you have on average, we're
Mhm.
probably way above average for the number of listeners we have and the longevity. We're probably just the only one who has,
yes,
however many listeners we have. I don't even look because I don't care.
We're amazing.
We did pretty good last the episode with Brady and what's his name, Ben. It went
Double
well.
the audience, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't checked it in a couple of days. Let's see how.
I mean,
Oh, that one
maybe,
did.
Was there cross marketing? Did we tell people about Thursday night? I don't even know.
Brady marketed on their side. Yeah, we did almost double the viewers on YouTube, and then YouTube has this feature now, a collaboration feature that I was able to connect with Brady, and it shows up on their video. Our video shows up on their feed because we collaborated with them on that. Yeah. So I made sure in our thumbnail to include the name Thursday Night and Panther Talk, so that
Stay.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's nice. That's a good
yeah,
feature.
it's a neat little feature. It's the first time I've been able to use it since it came out, so that was kind of cool. Yeah.
Did you know this is the second bowl game? There was a bowl game on Saturday. I had no fucking clue.
I thought that was just the Armed Forces game.
Bucked up LA Bowl, Washington beat Boise State 30-10.
I do remember watching part of that because this is the last time of that bowl game. That's the last version. They're not doing it anymore. That game.
Oh, that's good.
That bowl.
It's better for the
that
bowls.
Bowl.
Yeah. I feel like this should just contract the bowls to a really small amount. Well, that'll kick some of the Sun Belt out, right? I mean,
it really should be like with the college football playoffs, it should really be your conference champs that are not included and your runner ups, basically.
And then everything else is just shut out.
I guess a few at larges here and there, but no, I don't know. Did you see that Georgia Tech's offensive coordinator is headed to Florida for the exact same job?
Saw that.
That's a promotion.
And a quarterback be transferring to
as a quarterback,
supposedly.
That happens.
Well, not Haynes King.
No. The guy that's going to replace him or supposed to replace him.
Would have.
Yeah, would have replaced him. Yeah, I know that going from Tech to Florida, 10 years ago was a massive increase, but they just gave Keys an extension, and obviously they're looking really good. No idea what's going to happen without Haynes King, but I don't know. I'm assuming there's a monetary gain, but is going to a defunct Florida better than being at a up and coming rising Georgia Tech right now? I don't know.
I think the ceiling is higher at Florida. Whatever they're doing now, and the money is probably. I have not looked at it.
Really, you think it's higher?
The money's.
You think it's
the
higher?
Money's probably way better.
So in the Florida, to succeed in the SEC, you're going up against Georgia, Bama, Tennessee, Ole Miss, LSU, Texas, Oklahoma. In the ACC, you're going against Florida State and Clemson, Miami.
Yeah, and those are the only teams that do anything in the ACC because everybody else sucks.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, including Georgia Tech.
Right,
Georgia
Tech is definitely they're in the best position they've been in since the Rudy movie. But I'm just saying,
losing that.
I don't know. I just remember talking about Tech.
These next 2 years,
he's
for
all
Georgia
sides,
Tech,
anyways.
These next 2 years for Georgia Tech are critical.
Same thing for Vanderbilt with
that Pavia leader.
I had no idea how big of a
Pavia's
douchebag
he was. Fucking dick.
He looks like a total douchehole, and he's obviously lying about his height.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Did you guys watch the Heisman presentation thing?
No, why would I watch that?
I was home and I was drunk and it was on, and it was like either that or watch my kids' stuff, and so I put it on. And Diego Pop literally looked like a child next to grown men, and they're like, this guy is 6'5", this guy is 6'9", this guy is 6 whatever, and Diego Pepe, he's 6 foot tall. And when I forget if it was in our group chat or a tweet I saw, someone was like, either one person's lying about their height or three people are lying about their height.
I mean, his comments, I'm like, I thought this guy was supposed to be classy, or that's how they kind of made him out to be, like hardworking, classy.
No.
And he turned out to be a fucking douchebag.
A total chokehold,
But at least he apologized.
man.
At least he apologized.
What did he say? What happened?
The Indiana thing?
Yeah.
He was
all the voters.
Oh, I didn't see that. All I saw was there was video of him dancing in some club after the thing, holding a sign that said "fuck Indiana." But yeah, I know he didn't know. He just has that with trying to not be completely insensitive, but just like has that just real greasy chode New Jersey douchey kind of Jersey Shores kind of look to him, Yeah.
I gotta find this line of what he said, what he posted.
And then on the other hand, you got Mendoza, who wins the Heisman, and he gets up there and gives a very eloquent, fantastic speech. And I saw this today. Look up Fernando Mendoza's LinkedIn page. Like, he's a business major at Indiana, but he is totally like using LinkedIn the way all my friends use it, the way you're supposed to be using it, promoting yourself and talking about, like, he listed his accomplishments as the 2025 Heisman Trophy winner. And like
the reason I didn't go for an MBA is because I didn't want to deal with MBA people. So
right.
I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I was reading this article. They were discussing everything that he's put on his LinkedIn. And I'm like, that's hilarious for a football player to do it. But it's exactly why I hate LinkedIn.
Sure. He basically, so the I can't find the post. I probably take it down. He basically said on his Instagram, "Fuck all the voters for the Heisman, like that didn't vote for him." I'm like, dude, come on. And then you're trying to sue for another year.
And that's really going to put you in the good graces of the NFL. Like,
yeah, some of those people are probably decision makers in that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when he goes off to his little camps or whatever and combine and crap, and they're interviewing him, like, so what was your fucking problem with, the voters or whatever? And he's like, oh no, I just
didn't win.
Immature child.
Speaking of immaturity, let's talk about Notre Dame.
Oh, here. Notre Dame?
Yeah. So obviously they're having their little temper tantrum because they didn't get into the show, right?
Like any good Catholic would.
And then they're calling out the ACC as apparently damaging their relationship by sucking, I guess.
You knew what the ACC was.
Apparently, ACC does not suck dick very well, and Notre Dame's upset about it.
Well, so like when Notre Dame started doing that whole scheduling partnership with the ACC, back when they first started that, there was Florida State and Clemson.
Two good quality
things. Those were and at that time, Clemson more so than Florida State were solid programs. They've both fallen on hard times. Miami's gotten a little bit of their swagger back, but that's it.
Yeah.
What did you expect out of partnering with the ACC? They've been better off going with the Big 12.
The ACC did a good job. They did a good marketing job to get attractive for them. Put out a little bit, but. So there's this. So obviously, Notre Dame's having their temper tantrum about not getting to the playoff and opting out of their bowl game, even though like they could easily go play whoever and whatever bowl. Pop-Tart Bowl, I think, is one of the places they were.
That's where they were supposed to.
Projected.
Georgia Tech got their spot in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yeah. So the funny thing that's floating around is like, well, now conferences are like, we're just gonna ice you out.
But it's not just that. It's that the committee said that starting next year,
yes,
if Notre Dame is in the top 12,
they get in.
They immediately get in. They immediately get in the playoff if they're in the top 12. And so the athletic directors are like, there's no other rule for the rest of us to do that exact same thing. So we're just going to stop scheduling them. And I love the idea of Notre Dame having to like travel to a bunch of G5 programs just to have a game to play.
And then
because they were a bunch of bitches. Yeah,
exactly.
And then they find out like, shit, we're not getting in. I think someone threw out like, just join the Sun Belt. He'll win every year. He'll get into the playoff.
No,
Marshall. It's funny because they might not. You know,
Marshall beat Notre Dame like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it's our first year. I think Marshall's first year in the Sun Belt, they beat Notre Dame. It was the same day that Appy beat Astamouth.
I mean, I love that. The whole like we're not going to schedule you thing.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M.
Did you see me? Did you see my?
I saw that the eyes rolling back and forth in your brain. Yeah.
A little dyslexic, but I got it. I got there. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. I mean, I don't know. They need to join a conference. I'm sorry.
No problem with them being like, you know, they are they'll tell you how storied of a program they are. I've got no problem with the program being independent, and they're big enough to be able to get some big out of conference games. Roll with the punches, buddy. If you're not going to be in a conference, that's the way it is, you know?
It's difficult, and when you have your down years, you're going to have to deal with that, and you're always going to have down years. That's going to always happen. You cannot, like, dynasties don't happen, right? Like, even Bama is falling from wherever they were, right?
They are.
So
the big thing is the committee is probably going to put them at like 13 to 15. And
that's what we always
will they make it to 12?
The G5
that's the thing. They're always such whiny little bitches, but like they always get so much respect that they didn't even like. It's just storied. Like it's all based on legacy. And you know what? Like if that's what we're gonna do, that's what we're gonna do. I don't agree with that, but like then you don't get to go bitch about how you're not getting respected when like everyone else can see it and be like, no, you guys just suck this year. Like what the fuck?
I mean, I understand like their argument about not getting in this year. I do, but also
you weren't good enough.
You can make an argument. You can make an argument that Miami actually played better towards the end. They fumbled through those 2 games. They shouldn't have lost, but Miami had played a tougher schedule towards the end of the season and won their games commandingly versus what Notre Dame was playing. And you can't give Notre Dame the pass of like, oh, you're not in a conference, you don't control anything, and all that bullshit. I mean, they always play the weak P4 teams. If you've ever looked at their schedule, like no one's really that good. It's the lower middle of the ACC that they play as the part of their scheduling alliance.
They had a pretty decent run before the ACC where they always had like
couple
Southern Cal
games.
in the service academies, and they would have like Ohio State or Michigan, like they Penn State and stuff like that. They actually were able to put together a pretty good series of games back then, and then ACC looked like a good connection. And I remember saying when they joined, they said like, if Notre Dame went like whatever many games they played, did they play a full 8-game schedule in the ACC? If they went 8-0 in the ACC, but were going to be excluded from the conference championship because that was part of their deal, like they'd be bitching and complaining they weren't in the championship game.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Good point.
So they lost to NIU, and is that their only loss? No, they lost to Ohio State.
But that's the thing is here.
That's
last
year.
This last year.
Here's my thing. It's like obviously you're on the cusp, right? Like any objective observer could just go look at it and be like, oh, like you're close, but like a decision has to be made. And frankly, if you had a body of work that didn't put you on the cusp, you wouldn't be in this position. But you were on the cusp, and so you got let go. I mean, it is what it is, man. You guys don't be whiny little bitches. You have been in so many national championships and playoff games and bowl games that you didn't deserve. So, and you missed one. You missed one, guys. Do better next year.
And
we do it every year.
Out.
I legit forgot they were in the championship last year.
Yeah, they made it. They surprised people last year.
They actually did well last year, though. It was like a few years before that they showed up and they got let in for whatever reason, and they like sucked. They were like garbage.
That's what I was remembering. I was remembering them getting in and just getting fucking railroaded by whoever the hell was playing them. Alabama.
I think that was a few years ago.
Was it still BC? Was it before the playoffs?
Well, I don't know. It's so recent. That's the other thing is people like the Jimmy Madison thing with them being like we're the first ones. I'm like it's only been like 4 years, dude. Like what are you talking about? You're the first and chest thumping about it. Like,
I mean,
cool.
The only thing they get is they're the first Sun Belt team to make the college football playoff. Good,
and it's the first year it was expanded to let us in too. So it's like cool, you can chest thump about it, but like you're the first to even have the opportunity. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like Troy State wasn't going any other year. Like they weren't letting in a 4-team playoff. They weren't letting any Sun Belt team in. And then the BCS, they weren't no Sun Belt. G5 wasn't getting considered for that shit.
Touch that shit.
The BCS
Boise did some stuff, but
BCS was around when the Big East was still a conference.
That's crazy.
Ryan, you and I are both remembering Notre Dame getting absolutely blown out.
Yeah.
I guess was it the Rose Bowl game against Alabama, 31-14 back in 2020, the COVID year?
Maybe some of those scores sometimes don't look right either, right?
And they did play in the ACC championship game that year. They on December 19th, they lost to Clemson in the ACC championship game, and then they went on to the Rose Bowl and lost to Alabama. What
to me, that's not a scheduling
was.
thing. That's your ACC, guys. You get if you're in the ACC championship, you are ACC. You're not just scheduling buddies or whatever it is they claim that they are.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Tim, because it's kind of hilarious for them, and I really do hope that all the power conferences just top to bottom stop scheduling Notre Dame. What is their they're probably scheduled out for like forever though, right?
They have to be. What does FB schedules say? I know
they've got so much money they could just pay for somebody to come replace anyone, and they'll just have like a 12-game home series because they just pay people to come play them.
Yeah.
Was that their FB schedules page is kind of hard to read because it includes ACC as out of conference games, which obviously they are, but they open up versus Wisconsin in Green Bay next year.
That's a nice neutral site game.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of a good game. They 2027. They don't have a full schedule yet. Neither do they in 2028.
Hey, we're available, right? We have some open spots.
Would you go to South Bend?
Yeah.
I've been once.
And what'd you think?
I would shithole.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, that's like right around the curve from Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's a train. It's not. I forget how long it is. It's not a long train from Chicago. You can take it straight from like Midway Airport. I think it's Midway Airport, straight into South Bend. That's what I did. I took a train. I think it went from the airport, and I went. It was like during winter months. It was like a January or something. There's not a lot going on, and it was just snowy. But like, it wasn't snowing. It had snowed, and so the sides of the roads were just all that gray, sludgy, gasoline, oil, tar, snow, grossness, and this. And I had higher expectations. I kind of envisioned Notre Dame being like,
cathedrals.
Angels singing. Everything's built out of gold, and like
columns everywhere.
They have fat squirrels. The squirrels have like evolved to a point where they're so used to students feeding them, they will walk right up to you on the park bench and take food out of your hand, and they are fat. They are so fat.
Hilarious.
They should stop being the Fighting Irish and be the fat squirrels.
That would be amazing. But also the Fighting Irish is a pretty cool mascot, and the logo with the like
the
fisticuffs.
I mean,
the fisticuffs guy. Yeah.
Whoa.
As much as I dislike
Brian, koalas.
Koalas. We gotta get the koala
no,
train.
No. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm into koalas. I mean that's good.
Well, but, Ryan, that's why you got kicked out of Australia, wasn't it?
Oh,
we don't like talking about that.
Alrighty then.
There was the Notre Dame stuff keeps going. I think their fans thought that whoever running back or whatever should have won the Heisman, and he didn't win. Obviously,
they're just whiny little bitches. Double like they couldn't even win the games, and they thought their guy should go.
And they're just like, well, we're just not doing the Heisman anymore. From here on out.
Maybe they'll just go join the Ivy League schools who, they'll go like they like don't even take part. They're FCS, but they don't go do the FCS championship. They're like, nah, we're better than that. We do our own championship and play each other. Maybe they should just go join them.
Yeah, there's like a little round robin thing. I was to a point about how little people know about the college football playoff setup. The announcement show was happening right before the Falcons game started on that Sunday, and so I'm standing there and at our tailgate, buddy of mine has it on his. Everyone else had left to go to the game, so he has his phone propped up on a beer, and we're watching the selection show, and it got down to the last two teams, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be the G5 teams. They're like, Notre Dame could get in. I'm like, no,
they can't.
We only have 3 conference champions, and it by default has to be the top 5 highest conference champions. This is going to be 2 G5 teams. It's a question about whether or not it's Tulane, Jimmy Madison, or was it Utah State or something like Utah, whatever, or UNLV. And I'm like, I just hope that it's not fucking Jimmy Madison. And sure as fuck, but they had no idea. And once it was over, like, oh man, I can't believe Notre Dame to get in. I'm like, we knew that 3 picks ago that Notre Dame wasn't getting in. But these Georgia fans they have no idea how the whole thing works.
That's because people lose their shit about.
And these are
2 G5.
One of these guys is a fucking. He's not a sportscaster, but he works in news, and the other guy is as die hard as they come in all sports, and as a Georgia fan, and just did not grasp the 5 conference champions being a thing.
Math is math, and it's hard.
Cheers.
I meant to tell you guys. I don't know if I did last week, but my coworker, who's Jimmy Madison fan, was saying there is a bar in Hattiesburg, is that what the place is called Jimmy Madison's.
Harrisonburg.
Oh yeah. What's Hattiesburg is somewhere else. Harrisonburg.
Marshall.
Right.
Hattiesburg is
right. No wait,
Hattiesburg
is Southern Miss.
Yeah, whatever.
Same thing. James Madison, Southern Miss,
backwater Appalachian / swamp places. Whatever, man. We're in the foothills here. We're in the Piedmont. No, but there's a place called Jimmy Madison's there. Apparently, I was like, oh. That's we call you guys that in disrespect.
Our best attempt, at least.
Yeah.
So Marshall's in Huntington, and then you have Hattiesburg in Mississippi, and Harrisburg for Jimmy Madison.
Well, I'll get that wrong again. I promise.
Yeah. I was like, when we were talking about between Harrisburg and Huntington, whatever, I was like, Marshall's like close to that. Huntington. Oh.
I'll never remember that.
Are we doing? Should we do like a college football playoff pick'em with the groups?
Sure, let's go for it.
All right, I'll set it up.
Anybody that picks Jimmy Madison to win loses immediately.
I'll have him win the first round.
Then I'm going to kick you out. I mean, I can't kick you out because Tim's going to run it, but I will ceremonially.
How to?
Just the first round? Just the first round? Like that?
No, done, gone. Purple's ugly. I'm going to go pure color. I'm gonna go. Oh, I tweeted. Check it out. I tweeted out from State of Atlanta. Somebody did the rainbow of colors for TJ Finley. They have him in jerseys of all the different colors, going from red to violet.
That's fun.
It's great.
God, man. I just, to me, you come in, you play the way you played, which is to throw a bunch of picks. And yeah, you got an arm on you. I agree. You got more of an arm than any of my kids will ever have. But like, holy hell.
Things you want to share, Ryan?
I mean, kids, okay. all the way down the line. My legacy will never throw like that man throws. He's got an arm on him. And but to come in and play the way he played and then quit the team when you get benched for sucking, it's like, what?
How did you
and we played you so much when you didn't deserve it, and it's like, you know what? You can just go somewhere. And he did.
How did you not see that coming?
But for some reason, he feels like he did deserve it. Like all the playing time he got where he wasn't delivering.
I'd say he's young, but he's not. He's like a 30-year-old. So I mean, he's like a 26-year-old, legit like a 26-year-old. So
speaking of that, so that was one of the hard things. I turned 48 last week, and the only thing in the news for the NFL was about Grandpa Phillip Rivers at 44 playing for the Colts, and I'm like, damn, I'm 4 years older. That guy was born in the 80s. I was born in the 70s, and they're making fun of how old he is, starting for an NFL. And I get it. That's a lot. But man, to really put you in your place in your birthday weekend or week, whatever you want to call it, I was like, damn, come on, guys, come on. That sucked. All right, we done here?
I think we're good. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.